Welcome back to Shapes 2. My name is Nilaus and we're here with a beautiful and new exciting manufacturing mode. We are going to continue on our journey here. What we're going to be doing today is focusing on the manufacturing mode. We're going to be completing the blue thing, the sapphire, and we're also going to be working on this shape here. This is for blueprints, but it's actually not so much for blueprints. It's much more for operator levels, because operator levels will give us research points. Research points goes in here, and that gives us opportunities to research new things that we absolutely need. So that is the plan for today. Thank you very much everyone who's been watching and liking and commenting on the first episode. I really appreciate it, and it's also very nice to see that there is a genuine interest. As always, my save games and blueprints are available to patron supporters. So if you are interested in that, you can jump on over and snatch those blueprints. They've all been updated to the newest version, so that they should be working. We are going to do today. We're going to do some things. First, let's talk about trains, because one of the things that I mentioned in the trains last time was that I needed something better. So I've now restructured this, and the idea will be that here we have the polishing station, then we have the ruby station, the sapphire station, the blah 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 station, and my intention is that I want to sort of get things in from the side, and I have come up with a train system here. The default train system, I would say, or setup, it will be four wagons, and it will be 2 distance between. The reason why I want to do 2 distance between is because when we get a little bit further into the game, we are going to here. We'll have 3 levels, and with 3 levels, most of our outputs will be like this. And then I'll have another one that's going to be here and here, and okay, never mind. And that means there will be 2 spaces between, and I'll do sub operations, but I'll keep the 2 spaces between, and therefore this will be the best place to do the trains. So I have made a loading train station like this, and I also have made an unloading train station as well. And these are, of course, here, solid unload station. The spacing is like this. And this basically means that here I will load wagon number 1 and 4, then I'll load number 2, and then I'll load number 3. Likewise, with the unload will be the same way. So this means that when we have the blue, the next one, we are going to get over here. We would of course just drag this one straight in, but we need the other ones as well. So we are going to go into our blueprint here. We are going to take this unloader, and we're simply going to say the blue one comes in, the blue square comes in on a belt, on a train, and the red star with a uncolored circle on top. Yep, that's the one. Will come in here, and that means we can now go here and get that in. This is one of the best things about this game, is how ridiculously easy it is to sort of make these things here. You just got to get a little bit into the habit of how it works, but then done. And we'll then have sort of a common train system. That means that's here. I have one train line coming from the bottom and one train line coming from the top. So wherever I build it out in the world, then I'm going to drag it in and then hit the downwards and then go in here, or in here and upwards and hit in here. The only thing I would need is of course having different if in order for them to be on the same train line, I would need to be able to split them by color, which I can't do right now. This is why I'm not putting you on top of this one, because they would all go into the same one, and that would be bad. So this means that this is how we're going to build it. That's for the blue squares and that spiky thing. Yeah, but what I really want to do is I want to get this one going, which also forces us to come up with a new design. I've been looking around because I want to make this square here. So I need a square and a circle and and some red color. And I just couldn't find it, but this one's pretty far away. But the thing is, this one just needs to be thrown into an unloader here, a gift donation station. So it doesn't really matter. Like, I can find somewhere. I also put the map sheet both for my Twitch series and YouTube series in the comment section, or in the description, so you can play on the same map if you like. Like, here's a circle, but I don't have a square anywhere nearby. So I came up with the idea that what if we actually have a shape that is half one and half the other, then also gives us an opportunity to do a split build. So what I want to do is I want to go here. We are going to do, I want to actually prepare it for 3 levels because it's kind of wasteful not to, and we're doing this because we really need more points, more operator levels. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say, I wonder if this will be big enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 4 built in, but I need twice as much because I'm only gonna use half of this and half of, I'm gonna use the 1 diagonal. So this would be 4 diagonals, and then I need the other 4 diagonals over here. Damn, didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And this will also be like that. And here. So then this space that I've left empty is for the 3rd level. Now we need to do an operation on this. We need to split it side by side, or not side by side, but diagonal. So let's try to design that space. We do not have all we need for it, so we're going to go in here. We're going to need the swapper. That's essential. We might as well get the stacker. We don't need the stacker, so let's not take that yet. I want to save as many points as possible because I really want the 3rd level. That just gives us 50% extra throughput. So let's do some design work. There. I want something in and I want something out, and that is out as well. Here. Good. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to start with a single one here. And what are we going to do? We are going to simply start by cutting whatever we get into 2 halves. So it looks like this. Then I am going to rotate it. And then I am going to split it back here. Now, unfortunately, you can see this shape here is the squares in the northwest and southeast corner. That's opposite of this. So what I really should do is that one, but I can't because then there's not enough room. Because they will be constrained by the space we have available. And if I do this, now that is a good location. I will then do something like this. I will do something like this. And that goes out this way, I think. And I'm not sure I flipped it. Yeah, like that, I think. Yeah. And then I'm going to jump and jump. And we're gonna land and land. So this is probably going to be our design. Well, it is going to be our design, but I need a little bit better here. Let's cut that out and put it, I think, like this. Because you're gonna go on here. And you will need to go all the way up and into that one. That means the next build will have to be here. So that you can go all the way up and out. And the next one. And the last one. There. Then I need to pass the other things. This is going to be sneaking out here. And you're going to be sneaking out here. Not a lot of room here. I think I need to change the last one. And this one can be somewhere else. Yeah, I think this will have to be a little bit different. So we found a way, we just flip it around and go up here and then it works. And then we need, the only thing we're missing is all the other stuff here. So you are going into that one. And there's room. You are going to be jumping from here to here. Get that out of the way. And then you're going to be jumping as well. Jump and jump. And jump and Oops. So that's now also going in, and the last one will also be a jump. Here. And landing here. Here. And here. And we now have a design. And we also have more points. Yay, more points. We need it. So this is the design. I've kept everything on one level. The reason why I want to keep it on one level is because then I can just do this part. Copy it. And then go one up. And then eventually also go one more up. So here is a finished blueprint. This one will split it side by side. So my intention is that I want to take this new blueprint and flip it over here. And then see what we get out of these. This is the circles and this is the circles. So these circles need to be stamped on top of each other and one of them rotated. Okay, and the other ones will also need to be like... I'm actually thinking maybe I could maybe it would actually be advantageous to do this. Because then I can rotate one of them before. That's going to be here. So you come in and rotate, and what do we get out here? Oh. Now it changed. But that's okay, right? This is that way. Okay, so now they match. They match. So now I just need to figure out a build, and didn't I get a here? I have my 8-lane design. Let's put that down here. That's the stacker is a special stacker. So you have to come from that one. And let's see what we get. It does not reveal anything. Why not? Why? I thought it was working. Okay, so now I think actually this needs to go like that. Because I think I could build you. Ooh. That's pretty nice. There. Don't think I need this. I want to see the output. Why is it not getting any? Why am I not getting any output? Oh, because I didn't get the bench stacker. Ah, I built this with the bench stacker. Then we're just gonna take the blueprint we already have. That is somewhere home. We'll get that one. I just like it with the bench stacker. I think it looks better. So as soon as we have that, we're gonna use it. Okay, so now I think I know why it was now. Oh, come on. Well, that did not work. How did I make? Oh, right, because it's slightly different, right? Okay, so a slight change, but it's still working, I think. Here. Now these go out here, and that means... So now we have both the circle and the square. Perfect. We now need to do a coloring of this one here. Now here's the thing. Coloring is ridiculously difficult to do this design, and I've done it once, and I don't know how the hell we did it. It was like a community effort to squeeze in like an absolutely crazy build here. So this one, I'll just look at this beautiful thing here and go like, yep, that's very much the thing. I'm gonna let it here, so if you want to replicate it, you can do that from a screenshot. Of course, download the blueprint. But if you so this is brilliant, and it's just ridiculous that there's room for it in here. But that's gonna be like a module, and we're gonna get some coloring up here. That means we need to do the color, and that is the color miner. That's one of these, and we need 12 wide as well. That's 24 like this. Okay, so that should be fine. That one, and here. So this is going to be exactly the same as the miner. We're going to have all of these. Yeah, it will be kind of different. Because pipes have infinite throughput, which means I can just do that for no reason. Actually, I don't think I want to do that. I think it'll look better if I do it this way. Oops, these corners. That one, and then this. Yes, that looks better. Why? Because when I need to do the same thing but one up, it's a lot easier to go like this. There. So that is now level 1, level 2, and then we'll also have level 3 eventually. But we are just gonna make room for it. There. This will be a full line of output, and space pipes, they have a lot of throughput. So this one we can just go in here. And I will just go from here, go up a level, and then it's gonna go sneak in. Ooh, it's a little bit cramped here. So I can't actually do this. So I'm just gonna lead it on this belt here, or pipe. And it goes in. Now, this will give us a red square and a tiny. So what I need to do is I need to put the circle on top of the square like that. And that means we now have the finished product. That is the product we need. And that means all of the stuff, we can just copy it. Copy, smash, smash, smash. And then all we need to do, this will be a full belt, and it'll be just put into a box like that. And that's basically just it. That's gonna be really neat, and I'll just move it over here. There. So let's see if it works, as this one is starting to accrue. Here we go. We are starting to get the very first points, and right now it won't be doing much because it is a manifold, so this will fill up overflow in the first one, or sort of fill up buffer the first one, the second one, the third one, before the fourth one even getting sort of a meaningful amount. But we now have a continuous flow here, and it'll be a really nice flow. And that should get us not only a lot more blueprint points, but more importantly, it should actually get us a lot of these ones. And that is the first design. So let's go take a look at the next designs. So I want to make it up here on this these belts here, and I am going to need a square, a blue square, that's here, blue and square. I am also going to need a red star, that's up here, combined with a uncolored circle, so that's here. And then we'll take these two and bring them out here on the belt, on these belt here. Since we don't have the colored trains yet, we could, but I don't want to spend it like this. Then yeah, we're not going to do fluid wagons? No. Then yeah, we'll try to save up to the 5,000. So let's make a blue square. This is going to be super simple, and I'm actually going to go over to that one and get. This will just be our starting point. That would be like this here. And then I need the coloring. This basically is just the coloring. So we're going to use our color blueprint, which will be put in here. 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to go our here. This is also going to be caught up. And hey, we get the first points. Nice. Back to that one. That will be flip. Yeah. Need to make sure. There. And it goes in. There we go. And then this is the blue square. Yes. The blue square will then need to be put on a train. We use our train pickup. That's a liquid train, and it is this one. Get it? And the only thing that's different is that I only have the red trains, and I really wanted to have the... So this should be a different color, but it is not. And I'm simply going to take this and get it over up here. Now, as much as I'd want to put it on this line, I can't do that yet. So we're going to have to sort of sneak it in somewhere here. And then figure out the blue square is the top one. So that goes in here. That would give us the blue square. It's really easy once you have all this stuff. Here we are going to do basically this part. And I need to make sure that there's room for another one. There you go. And we got another point here. That's 5,200. Isn't this time? It is absolutely time. It is absolutely time because this is, it just gives us more throughput on everything. There. Unlock. I think that's very valuable to do because then we can actually just get the last one and then we can, I'll do this because now I can actually use this design blueprint here that I already have. Ta-da! That's the one we get. That means the first thing we're going to do is actually also upgrade all the other builds here. Yeah, it's a little tedious, but I just need to update all of them. With the time it's taken to update everything to 12 lanes instead of 8 lanes, then yeah, we've basically accrued enough points again. So we're going to continue on this one. This will be pretty simple build because all we need to do is now get something in on a train that we haven't built yet, but we're going to get it. So we are going to have an unloading train there. And it'll be like this. And then I need to put my circles on top. That means I need my stacker. This will be here. And like this. And that will be, then this will be the output location. Yeah, and I'll just make it red because, well, maybe we can afford to get some more trains. I think that's actually the most important thing we can get right now. Let's get some more primary colors on trains. I like that. Like, that's the one that's really valuable because we get 3 extra, but you know. Oh, I can actually, oh, I can get this one. Ooh, nice. So, well, this doesn't make it white even yet. But what I want to do is I want to say the first thing that goes in, like the first branch will from the bottom will be a red. And then the next one will be here. So that means this is the red branch. And then the next one will be the blue branch. And then the green branch. And then I can't do any more. But this will also come in. Whatever. I'll clean it up afterwards. This doesn't matter. We are going to get this. It could be any. I'll just make it. Let's make it blue instead. There we go. So this is blue and then it goes out. But it's not obviously working because I haven't built the other things. So this is where we get the star. And that means we can now use this blueprint. You're going to get that. And you are going to get here. And we need the coloring. I'd like to go from here. There we go. And this is just loaded on a train, right? Yeah, it's easy. Loaded on a train. This is the loading train, and it is not brilliant here. I'll get this a little bit further back. That'll just make it easier for us. There we go. And this will be there. Perfect. And this train is going to be a, I don't know, just make it a red train. And this one now needs to just go to there. And once I have that, I can take you and simply get it in on this lane. Now that is going to be a blue train. And then I need to figure out where the blue train is going to go. And that's up here. And That's this one, I guess. And we are going, oh, I really wanted to use that, that should be paused, but yeah, you forgot to turn. So turn in here, that's gonna be the blue. I think it honestly should have been a green build because I need some, whatever. I can clean this up. I just really wanted to sort of show this, so that would be like red, blue, green, but I'm also having this one. But shouldn't it actually work now? That's claim here. And let's have a look if this is working. And now we're seeing the train being loaded. So this red star is coming in. We'll just follow the red star all the way. Then that should hopefully be ready. And all these are just sitting here idle, ready to be put up on the red square that's coming in now. Great. Unload. Unload and unload. And there is one more thing we could do. Let's have a look. Fluid wagons. We do need that at some point. Not too distant future. We would also really like to get the colors. Ah, look at that. We have 3,200. Let's get colors. There we go. So now I can actually clean up the colors. But I want to see like the first load coming in here. I'd also really like to get upgrades, train speed and train capacities. Particularly train capacity. That's a doubling of capacity boost here. So that's really nice. Let's see. Is anything working? Hopefully. Yes. And this looks like the right thing that's coming out, which will gradually be starting to, you can see this gradually filling up on the train. Let's get some train capacity here, and I can actually do, I'm just going to cut this off. This is the train we want, but if I then send it back, then it'll be double loaded, and then it might be able to complete here. I think so. So we're going to let it go in here, and then it'll load some more. That'll be 2 boxes of each. I can't remember how much each box is. Does it say? Oh, 360. Okay, so 360. There's 6 boxes on each wagon. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's going to be enough. And then I'll come in. Here, I've also consolidated now its colors. So it comes in. The first one will be red, blue, green, cyan. And then the next one will be magenta and then yellow. And then the white one will be the last one, if needed. And it's coming in here. Unloading and unloading. Great. This should now get us going with this one, which will complete really quickly. And we are, yes, there we go. It's going to be completing quickly. We can see that these two are still working. Oh, this one is not working actually. Oh no. Can we see? Yes, 0 per minute. That means there's an actual error on this. Someone has been a little bit sloppy on doing this, right? What happened? What happened? It's flowing in here. Oh. Oh, this is... I made it a turn, and it shouldn't have been a turn. It should be a cut. It should just be like cut half, like this. Cut, 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 and cut. And we completed the milestone. And I just need this one to actually get going. And then see if this gets back into action, because it was just basically sending the wrong shape in here. It only can accept half the trash shape, and we should now get the half trash shape out here. There we go. And that should be a green signal on all of these. Please. There we go. Okay, it turns green and it starts outputting. And that one then. Oh yeah, it'll be turned here. Yeah, this will be turned there. And let's see, we don't know what's coming out yet. I'll need to do this to see what's coming out. Yes, but it is the right shape. Good. We are going to start by getting another one of these. So you can see how many points we get from just completing this. So as soon as we get these new levels, please do those. That's really valuable. And now we have unlocked level 3. This was my mission for today. We can now get into the Emerald. Sapphire traders have connected you with their Emerald contacts. These stations are larger and demand more complex inputs. The outputs, however, are considerably more valuable. Progress is progress. We're watching. So we get an Emerald, we get an Emerald station, we get 2 shop items. That's what I'm looking for. Some platform points and some blueprint points and some research points. Yeah, not much in terms of research points, but very nice. So we now need to set the this one in, and what we want to see is in the shop, because there is one thing that I'm hoping we get. Oh, please do, please do. The ruby, the alternate ruby station. So we'll just explain this, and then I'll explain it again in the next episode, just so that we are clear on what's going on. We're gonna get this ruby station here, which is gonna be bigger. So it's bigger. That means one of them just goes in. That's here. But what you can see here is that this recipe requires 2 blue and then 2 other ones, and then we get something out. But the problem here is the fact that it requires 2 blue. That means that these 2 have to go into one, and these 2 go into the other one. That means we suddenly lose some throughput here. We lose half the throughput. That means all of this has to be scaled up. So we could either just scale up the whole thing, or we could use, and this is my intention, is that we're going to unlock this one, because this is something in, and then we're going to get 2 of these red ones out. The 2 of the red ones can then go into double the amount of blues, because the blues, we don't have the alternate recipe for blue, but we have an alternate recipe for red now. So we can go this one into red, and the red can go into double blues, which then goes into like 4 alternate reds, can go into 8 normal blues, can go into 4 greens, and then we're sort of back on track. So that's going to be what we need to do next time, getting into that alternate recipe. We did not in this case actually get any new features, but when we get the next feature, then we get when do we get? Oh, we get color mixing all the way up here. So emerald and gold should be our objectives for the next episode. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I think we've figured out how we want to do this in terms of the train system. It works really well, this train system out here. We see the benefit of this, where just how easy it is to put things on a train, get it into the other one, integrate the train into these builds, and then move on to the next stuff. So this is basically how we're going to move forward. At some point we might want to sort of consolidate the train system a little bit better, so we don't have to sort of go out and look for things. Like, for example, the next one would be, oh, this wedge, I have a wedge here, and then where's the circle? I don't know, we need to find a circle somewhere. And that's a little bit tricky. I guess there's enough circle down here for us to use. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. And as remember, all of the blueprints we are using in this series, and also the ones we are not using yet, they are available to patron supporters. So thank you very much for anyone who's supporting. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, or maybe on Twitch. Until next time, take care and stay effective.